6'5", great athletes, and they get there's not enough of those athletes to go around the 360 Division I schools, if that makes sense. At that highest level. And when you play Texas, you're just trying to stay within 20. I mean, that's your goal. And it's a little different than baseball. We beat Texas and all that.
Yeah, bad.
For us to beat Texas, we would have to make 23s because we get out rebounded by like 15 or 20. They're just so big. Yeah. Second chance points and all that. But for Texas to come to the Valley, second time since I've been here in 6 years. But this time it was at Bird Ogden.
Yeah.
You guys did such a good job on the tailgate, and I think we had 6,500 people to watch the game.
Right. Yep.
The biggest crowd in the history of the Valley to watch a women's basketball game. Unbelievable.
You doing this now for going on 7 years. What have you seen as far as growth in UTRGV? I know that even 3 years back, UTRGV is not what it was 3 years ago. It's way bigger. I mean, it's just like you fill a water balloon and wait till it pops. What are your thoughts on today's UTRGV versus when you started?
Night and day. Dr. Bailey, our president, I don't know if you guys know this, he hired Nick Saban at Alabama.
Yeah.
He hired Bobby Knight's son at Texas Tech. I mean, the guy is phenomenal, not just sports, but what he's done for medical schools across the country. Well, when he started this medical school, that's when we became UTRGV. All that effort and money and time was spent in the academic world, and we're still doing it to this day. We got the only podiatry school in the country, or in Texas.
Right.
All the stuff he does, but now the money's starting to come into athletics, and that's the push right now. So the biggest difference to us is the facility changes. We're putting in almost $200 million right now at UTRGV in the facilities, and that touches every single sport. Women's golf, men's golf, new deal at Champions Lake.
Right.
The new soccer and track locker rooms. We got a brand new natatorium that we partnered up with FAR. We got women's swimming and diving. We got football. Finally. We got football coming.
Brand new, and a stadium that's already that has orange seats.
That's right. How lucky is that?
Yeah,
no joke, man.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Football now.
Well, I think since Coach Bush came from UTSA, he helped start that football program at UTSA. Let's play UTSA.
That's a good answer,
in the
man.
home opener.
You heard it. You heard it here first, UTSA. We're calling you out.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I just told somebody that. Actually, the gentleman that was here before he left, and I told him, I think that'd be cool, for him to kind of. I think that'd be an awesome little exhibition type of game, because again, UTSA is doing all right for themselves, and then they're doing pretty good.
Oh no, they're doing.
That's what I'm saying.
Not all right. They're doing pretty damn good.
So you bring them down here. I mean, again, it's one of those things that I think the Valley would want to see for sure, man.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah, I think that football is very much
basketball.
Yeah,
they wouldn't lose to a D3. They're top 25 in the country. They're good program.
Yeah, they're good, but again, you start off with a bang. Really, I mean, I don't think the schedule's out. I think they're kind of getting that ready. But
got Texas State on there. You saw that?
Yeah, that's right. Texas State.
I think one of the biggest things, honestly, man, I don't care who you bring down here right now. It's just so hot and it's so fire. I mean, it's like you're gonna fill it up if you bring.
How hot is that crowd gonna be? Game one.
I know you have. Have you bought your tickets yet?
Yes.
Okay, I got 8 of them, so I'm just making sure.
Which we'll take a quick pause to remind you that tickets are on sale for $25. Reserve your
down
seat.
payment.
Down payment. Get your seats now because it's going to be sure to sell out every single game the first couple of seasons. Yep. So if you don't have them, grab them.
Yeah, I think just with the university alone, I mean they're gonna fill those seats, man. So yeah, definitely get your tickets right now.
Let's talk a little bit about the field house. I know you guys are doing some renovations in there. I know that it's they got it kind of blocked off a little bit, and you all got a brand new practice gymnasium as well.
Well, the whole complex there is total facelift, and it's millions and millions of dollars that the Chase Conk and his staff have fundraised. But the front of the building right now it just looks kind of like a box.
Sure.
And so the front of the building will have a new 40,000 square foot atrium. And that'll be done, we're hoping, in January or February.
Oh, nice.
But the biggest thing for coaches and our players is the practice facility. And that should be done about July 1. And we can walk out our locker room. You know the courtyard area?
Right.
And they used to have a big Olympic pool in there.
Yep.
And that pool has been filled in. It took them 350 truckloads of dirt to fill in that pool. And, right now they did all the electrical and everything else, cemented it all in. And we're just about to start laying the wood for the court.
Oh, wow.
And then the goals will
So you get to
come
see
in.
this every day.
Every day. I'm peeking in there. It says off limits, hard hat.
Yeah.
But, yeah, where all the coaches are in there looking every day. And it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Recruiting. And then all new locker rooms, men and women's basketball. They redid every seat in the arena, new video boards, ribbon boards. And so it's one of the nicest – it'll be one of the nicest facilities in the Southland. Not many schools in the Southland, leaving the WAC, have practice facilities. So it's a game changer. Recruiting.
Speaking of the Southland, and we spoke to Coach Bush about that move, and obviously he told us the football aspect of it. But coming from the basketball world, is that something that you guys look forward to, or you guys say, hey, you know what, we kind of like the WAC?
Well, the WAC was fun. I mean, you can spin it any way you want recruiting. When we're in the WAC, hey, you get to go to Seattle. You get to go to L.A. and play Cal Baptist. You get to go to Phoenix and play Grand Canyon. You get to go to New Mexico State, all these places. Well, now we're spinning it the other way. We're going to have less wear and tear on our bodies. We don't have to go across 2 time zones. We don't have to fly to every road game. Because literally, Ben, we would fly out on a Wednesday to Seattle. We fly out Wednesday morning early, and that's a 5-hour flight from Dallas.
Yeah.
Not from here, from Dallas.
Oh, damn.
And then you get there, and you try to practice that night at their place. Next day, you do a little shoot-around in the morning. You play them on a Thursday night. Friday, you're getting on a plane and flying to California Baptist. That was the travel partner. So from Seattle to L.A.
Yeah.
God,
And then you go try to practice that night there. Well, now I think it's so much better for the student athletes, and I think it's going to be so much better for not only their well-being but their mental health. I mean, that's a grind. Sometimes 3 time zones.
Wow.
We played in Utah. You know what I mean? The league.
Right.
And so you be home for 2 games on a Thursday, Saturday in conference. And then you're gone for a week. You don't come home for a week. Well, now we can go play Incarnate Word in San Antonio. We can go play Houston Baptist. And we can go play, teams that are here in the state. And then the other side of it is Louisiana. It's not very far.
Not too far.
Same time zone, too.
It's the same time zone. Right. I think it's just going to be so much better every single sport for the kids' well-being, mental health, all those things.
And just support in itself. You're going to have a lot of families who are going to be willing to make that travel and drive the extra 5, 6, 8 hours, whatever it is, to go and watch them no matter where they live. And I think that's big. Even for the mental health, you get to see your family a lot more, and you're able to go ahead and support your student athlete, So that's pretty cool. That's very cool, actually.
When I first got in the WAC, guys, 6 years ago, we were the only Texas team.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
So it's hard to recruit Texas when you don't get to play around anybody you recruit. And then 2 years ago, they added Stephen F. Austin to the WAC, and they added Abilene Christian. And so we were able to have some Texas schools.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to have 6 Texas schools, possibly a 7th coming in next month. Can't say anything on air. And then 5 Louisiana schools. So now it's
I was talking to a parent, gonna be a parent for UTRGV football, and they're out of the San Antonio area. I think maybe San Marcos or something like that. And they said, "Hey, that's perfect. That move was perfect for us because then the most we'll travel is 6 hours in any direction.
That's right.
And we'll get to see every single game. You know, so I mean, I think parents are pumped up too. You know, they're pumped about this. You know, it's a game changer, really. I mean, for those that were kind of like on the fence about, geez, well, are we gonna go? Are we gonna send our son to Minnesota or or UTRGV? You know, no brainer now, right?
I think even the fans in general, man. I mean, not shit. I'm willing to go travel 3-4 hours to go watch them play. You know, a game in San Antonio, whatever it is. And I think even fans who don't have kids playing there are going to be able to follow and want to make a weekend out of it. Go to San Antonio, watch a game, and you know, enjoy the rest of the weekend. But it's really cool. And you mentioned recruiting, and you've been mentioning recruiting in regards to that. But so I'm going to kind of change it a little bit in regards to. I know we've asked this for a lot of the coaches, like, what's that one thing you look for? You know, like I said, and I've said this before, like, you can see film all day. You can know their physical aspects. You can see their height, obviously, and all these different things that are obvious. But what's that one thing that you look for in an athlete when you go and recruit them and say, okay, they have it?
Well, I think the biggest thing for us in women's basketball, when I go to a high school game, junior college, whatever it is, watch them on film, the biggest thing for me is I watch them in pregame warm-ups. Do they high-five their teammates? Are they good team players?
Yeah.
Do they work hard in the pregame warm-up?
Right.
Because sometimes you can win the game in the pregame warm-up.
Even before the show starts.
Before the show starts, because the other teams watch, oh, man, they work way harder than we do, blah, blah, blah. But the biggest thing for me is being a team player. I mean, like I said, we're not in the Power 5. We are Division I. You take the top 25 out, well, there's 325 schools we can beat. We're probably not going to beat a lot of the top 25, but we can beat the other 325.
Yeah.
We need program players that have heart, that have chemistry, they love their teammates, and that's kind of what we look for the most. If you're a 3-star or a 5-star, I'll take the 3-star if she has a better attitude and is more of a team player than the 5-star.
So to piggyback,
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. And to piggyback off of that question, you know, if a high school athlete's looking for that here in the Valley, and if they're watching this show, you know, what do you tell them to work on, you know, when they're playing their 4 years of high school ball?
Well, when we go to the games here in the Valley, it's the biggest thing for us is, are they coachable? Do they look at their coach in the eye during a timeout? Do they give their teammates high five? Do they go pick them up off the floor during a game?
Yeah.
You know, when somebody gets knocked down or takes a charge.
Yeah.
Are they enthusiastic when somebody takes a charge? So all those intangibles are more important to us. So if you're here in the Valley, we are recruiting a couple kids from the Valley. I can't say anything on air, but we like what those kids do.
Yeah. Speaking of recruiting, Coach, I know that you I'm gonna take it back 1 year, and then I'm gonna fast forward to today. As I know, last year you had you guys were ready to go before season started, and then all of a sudden injury, and then another injury, and it just kind of it was just domino effect with injuries, and then you know, you're talking about 5 starters completely out of the whole season. Fast forward to this year, I mean, you picked up 5 more, and I mean 5 more that are, I mean, no joke and no pushovers. I mean, they're ready to go. Yep. So talk a little bit about what that was, and then what, you know, and picking up 5 more that today is, I mean, can make a difference next year. This time next year, you know.
There's no doubt, and you know, being a head girls coach for 30 years at 4 different levels, high school, JUCO, D2, D1. That was the worst year, and it was just a fluke.
Yeah.
We had 4 ACLs. How does that happen in 1 year? And it all happened just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
We have 15 players on scholarship. We played almost the whole first semester with 7 and 8 kids. That's how many players we had out. And I'm so proud of our kids and our staff and everybody. We didn't have a good year, but we never made that an excuse. You know, it's not about me and my record or anything. It's about this university, and we still represent the university. We beat Stephen F. Austin. They finished third in the league. We beat UTA, University of Texas Arlington. They finished fourth in the league. We were competitive with the top two teams. I mean, we had a good season, I think. But if you look at 6 wins, that's not a very good season.
Right.
But for us, we felt, and then we got to develop these kids that weren't starters. And now we got a couple that will be starters.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because they got to play
So
every
they got a lot of playing time,
awesome.
you know. And
So we
I mean,
feel like, you know, you've coached, or you both have, I'm sure your kids and everything else. You know, you got your 5 good players that you're counting on, and then you got your next 5. You need 10 in basketball.
Yep.
Especially at our level, because it's such a
Right.
grind. When you lose 5 good ones,
yeah, off the bat.
well, then those 5 that were backups have to be starters. That everything
Right.
changes, and then the 5 behind them that were never supposed to play
Yeah,
have to play.
Yeah, right,
So,
right.
but no, it was a learning experience for all of us. But I felt like we should have been coaches of the year.
Yeah.
Our staff,
Right,
we held
right.
them together, man.
Yeah.
And we represented UTRGV very well. And, but our biggest deal right here is in men and women's basketball, and since the 70s in baseball, nobody's been in the NCAA tournament. We have to get to the NCAA tournament to put the Valley on the map. And we feel like we've recruited well this year. We still got 1 or 2 more to go.
Right.
Can't talk about it
Yeah.
until we sign them. But we've got to get to the
We're
NCAA
we're
tournament.
on mute, Coach.
Oh, we're on
so go ahead, spill the beans.
No, we
just kidding.
men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball. Volleyball's been in the NCAA tournament a couple
Yeah.
of years ago.
Yeah.
Us 3 have to get there because that's the most publicized sport. We're all on ESPN, all that stuff, ESPN Plus,
Yeah.
every game. We got to get UTRGV on the national scale.
I think it's going in that direction, man. And like you said, it's just not only is it, you know, obviously the programs you guys are the way you're running the program, but again, like you said, man, when you have that community support, and not only the community support, but you have just the university trying to do something different and trying to grow it in a different way, and that's just going to bring a different type of player to the Valley, and that's what people need to understand. Like we want to recruit from the Valley, we want to do so much from the Valley, you know, but at the end of the day, we want to recruit the best we can.
That's
You know, and that doesn't always mean from the Valley. You know, obviously the Valley creates such great players. You know, they're awesome. They do have an amazing, you know, ability and opportunity. But again, you only have what do you recruit? I mean, what do you carry? 15?
15.
Yeah, I mean that's hard. You know, that's hard to kind of do, man. And especially when you have situations like that. But you know, it's really really cool. And like you said, though that year where you lost, that many players, you know. What culture do you create to kind of, I mean, that awfully shows that it's a very strong culture that you are actually implementing, because any of these girls could have said, you know what, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to go to another program or whatever it is. But for you to keep them together, you've created a pretty good culture. You know, what is that one thing that you can say we have to have in our culture?
I think number 1 is loyalty. You have to have loyalty within the staff,
Correct.
and then the players have to be able to trust the coaches, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
So I feel like we do a great job with that. We have an awesome staff. We all love each other. And I think our players feel like they can come to our office at any time. It's open door. You know, if they need, my wife will go over to their apartment and help them fix something. She's kind of a handyman. You know, they know that Coach Hackerot's wife will come over and bake them anything they want. You know, whatever they need, we're going to be there for them. And I think that's the biggest thing, that our culture is family, because that's our culture in the Valley. And I
How
think
well
it
have
works
you
hand
bought
in
into
hand.
that culture here in the Valley? I can
Absolutely.
see that. I can see that you're pretty much a Valley guy.
I'm a Valley guy.
You know, you're
Yep.
956.
There
it is.
956, yeah. And that probably says a lot to the ladies too. I mean that
Oh,
you bought into this 6 years ago, going on 7. You're asking them to buy in 1 year at a time,
That's right.
right? So, I mean, for them, I mean, that's got to mean a lot to say, hey, you know what, Coach is from here. He's a Los Valles boy, or whatever, you know.
Well, we got a new logo.
I was about to ask you that, man.
Oh, damn! Look at that.
I mean, that's commitment right there.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it sure is.
I remember you showing that. I'm like, I was about to ask you about that logo, and like, that's really cool, man. For you, and again, that's something that, like you said it before. And I think I coached girls 2 years only when I had a 14-year coaching career, and I coached girls 2 years, man. And the one thing I did get, and like you said, they will run through walls for you. If they respect you and they believe that you're there for them, they will run through walls for you.
That's right.
But the conversations that they would have and the pregame planning, and this was an early age group. Holy crap. It was different, man. It was different. And I coached football and I coached boys basketball for a little bit. And, and at that age, this age was just the junior high level, I couldn't rip them the same.
No.
The emotion was different. And I had to learn that real quick. I learned that the first year, but it was so awesome to see them come back the following year, as 8th graders and want me to coach them. And it was so cool to see. Like you said, you're right. I mean, they run through walls for you. And you've obviously developed that. I mean, some of your girls went out and helped us out with a little event we had. They're awesome, man. They were awesome. And what they did, they were fired up to help the community. But again, that goes back to what you guys are creating in the locker room, in the gym. And it's just awesome to see.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see that day. Probably about a few hours before the game, they were out there at the tailgate, shaking hands and doing their thing. And I said, "What the heck's going on here? Like, you don't see that."
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen that. And then
they judged the Jeep, our Jeep show. They judged
the
it, and there were so
that was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
it was something like that. And there was so I forget her name, the taller one. She's the one who kind of ran the show, and she was so serious about it, man. It was cool because some people would call to me like, "Who are they?" And then they had just a T-shirt that say, "You charge me." They're basketball players, man. In the college, whatever. And so they were like,
that girl
impressed.
has a Jeep, by the way.
Yeah, she does. She told me. She showed me.
She knows her stuff then.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was gotten stuck the night before. She told me. But
Wait, you're not supposed to say that on the air. Come on.
Hey, it happens. If you have a
Delete
Jeep,
that.
it happens,
Delete
man.
that.
But it's so cool, man, to see that culture you're creating. And I've seen a couple of the games that I mean, it's awesome to watch, man. It is just really, really cool.
Talking about culture, Coach, since you started coaching, what's the biggest change you've seen from the community backing up the basketball program for the girls?
Well, the biggest, I think, is we've always had good support, but I think just the evolution of the women's game with Caitlin Clark and everything that's going on. But we actually led the Western Athletic Conference in attendance this year into the last game.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, to the last game.
They should have made a Selena night in the last game.
Exactly. Should have had a Big Gonzalez or a 7-day addiction night. But our community has always supported us, but it's gotten better and better every year. I think just the Texas game at home was huge.
Yeah.
Having 6,500 come watch a women's game. But, yeah, we finished second in the Western Athletic Conference in attendance. And our arena is probably one of the smaller ones in the Western Athletic Conference. We still finished second out of 11 teams.
Yeah,
So
because you pack the stands.
That shows the support that we have for women's basketball. But it goes back to your point. We love being in the community. So we'll go to the Boys and Girls Club. We'll go to the Read for Kids. We'll do free clinics in Brownsville. You name it. We'll do whatever we need to do to engage. Yeah, whatever we can do to engage the community. I think our staff and our players do a really good job with that. Yeah, because it's more fun to have people at your games than not.
Yeah.
But if you go touch somebody's life and out in the community and they say, "Hey, I want to go watch the girls," tell their parents, well, here we go. And so that's kind of our goal is to, and it's our athletic department mission.
Right.
We want to touch the community. We want to make sure that we're doing all the community service we can do within our. I mean, we have so many rules in Division I. I don't know if you all know this.
NIL and
there's so much going on that you only got so many hours a week. You can actually practice, be in the community, lift weights, study hall.
Really?
Yeah, there's so many limitations that we have to make it a purpose to make sure once every 2 weeks, we're doing something in the community. And we take that time off from something else.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, for sure. And that's one of the things. And I'm more into, certain sports, but right now I'm following, high school track that my daughter runs. And, one thing I see and it's frustrating and, but at the same time, I guess I understand it, but it's one of those things where I think we need to keep the talent here some way, somehow. You know, and some of these kids don't see it, haven't bought into it yet. But again, it goes back to the parents kind of pushing them, you know, in that direction. But when you guys go out in the community and these kids are 10, 12 years old and they're seeing this, like, man, I do want to go there. You know, it is a big deal to see them there. You know, so I think it's one of those things, you know, I go back to, you know, even at the high school level, you know, to see a high school coach at the junior high, like these kids at junior high, like, I want to play for this guy.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it works out the same with you guys, where you go out there, you do all this stuff for these kids and this youth, and they're like, hey, I want to play for him or I want to play for her. You know, and it kind of works out well for us.
And, you know, I think
y'all will love our new track coach. It's second year, but she's unbelievable.
Yeah, we want to get her in here for
She's
sure.
doing
Pretty
a
soon.
great job.
Good.
She's got a lot of local kids.
oh, good.
But they finished, I think the women finished second in the WAC in the indoor. And they got outdoor right now, but she's doing a tremendous job.
Hey, how about that golf team? No.
Oh, the golf team.
Shit, I mean,
Oh,
in that, I
man.
mean, I think they were one stroke or two strokes, one
stroke.
stroke away from first place.
Oh yeah, no, we're fired up with it. My Gonzalez is actually my wife's cousin.
Really?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn!
He's a hell of a
Wow.
golfer, man.
What about that? That's amazing.
No, I called Houston. He's the head coach. I called him right away. They were in 8th place after day 1. And day 3,
Yeah.
the guy made a 9-foot putt. The last golfer of the day in the whole tournament made a 9-foot putt to beat him by 1.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So they went from 8th after day 1, second day, third day. They had a chance to be tied for first, and then it would have been a playoff. And this guy hits a freaking 9-footer on us, man.
Clutch.
But what a performance!
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. We just got to get to the NCAA tournament. That's how close we were again. We lost in double overtime.
Well, I'll tell you, we're on the
It's just
fence.
like we're right there.
And it's bound to happen. I mean, all the way around, basketball, baseball, golf. You know, and I mean,
Football is going to be the best thing that ever happened to this university, I think,
Yep.
because we've always been kind of a commuter campus, and you know we have 35,000 students. And am I close enough to the mic?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, we got 35,000 students, but we only have about 2,000 living right on campus.
yeah,
Well, you add football, that's going to be like 120 dudes.
right.
150-piece marching band, cheerleaders, drill team, dance. I mean, it's going to help the campus community. And then the city of Edinburgh is investing in us they're going to revitalize downtown, put in more bars and restaurants down there.
Right.
Already put the walkway in from our arena that way. So I think it's a partnership with the community and the university. And I think this university gets.
Well, you know, on that note, I'm gonna highlight again the athletic director.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys, Dr. Bailey got it. I mean, he hit it right on the money with Chase.
Yep.
And not only Chase, but I mean the team.
Yep.
The
Molly's
team,
phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
she's
mean,
she's.
you
I
go
mean,
up and down
godsend.
the whole
Right.
team there.
Right.
You got Kelly in the administration office that just
I mean,
fundraising.
Yeah.
I mean, she's amazing. Dr. Arnie. I mean, you go up and down.
hey, they
It's just unbelievable.
their joke is years back, their phones wouldn't ring. Now I'm gonna say, hey, when I call you, you don't answer. You don't answer anymore. But I mean, they're busy. They're super busy all the time, and I know that. I mean, they're just after it, which is a good thing.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
so-
for sure.
so-
And you see it, man. It's awesome to see. And you know, we've only been around with the university here for the past couple of years, you know, really, really involved with them. And to see Victoria move up in position.
Yeah.
You know, to see Seth move up in
Right.
position, to see all these people moving up in position because
Steady Eddie.
they're putting, Eddie.
Yeah.
They're putting them in these positions because these people believe in it. They believe in this program. And I bring that up because, like you said, you know, they're trying to involve the community. Edinburgh is definitely changing, you know, the scene and to make it more, you know, just entertaining for the people who are coming down. And that's one thing I think we truly need to amp up is the businesses. I think more businesses need to get involved with this. They don't realize it, you know. And again, I'm a Valley boy. I've been here forever, and I was one of those that I never thought of leaving. I love it, you know. I love it. I moved out a little bit north, but that's about it. And I I think the involvement of the community in businesses needs to be more. But, if you grew up here, you kind of saw UTRGV or Pan Am at the time as, it's just, I went there. It's no big deal. Like, I don't wear the ring, type of stuff. Like, they don't have, we don't have that pride, like now I do. I do want to wear a UTRGV thing. I do want to wear it because, it's going to become something big. And I think the community, once they realize this train, you got to jump on it, and you better jump on it quick. So I think it's going to definitely change a lot of things. And people are going to want to stay here, man. I want to see that local talent not even think of leaving.
I'm going to tell you this right now, and you can mark my words. We'll look back at this podcast in 5 years because of Chase Conk, Molly, and you look at Dr. Bailey and his leadership. You're going to have multiple teams in the NCAA tournament, but more importantly, our student body is going to go from 35,000 to 50,000 in 5 years. Mark my words, I'm saying it right now because of what you just said. Yep. And I think that the love is coming. Yeah. It doesn't happen overnight, but what Chase and his team have done, I've seen it in 6 years. It's not even close. It's night and day, the sponsorship and the people that are on board. Yeah. I mean, we just got $20 million from
backers.
The backers. Right. I mean, come on.
Yeah. People are buying into it, no doubt.
I mean, because they're committed in the community.
Yeah. Right.
And we're all committed in the community. But, I mean, I got a license plate. It says Visa Up.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, everybody needs to go get a license plate and put that logo on the front of it. I don't want to see a Texas logo down here.
Yeah,
and that's the argument.
I don't want to see an A&M logo.
I got orange. I got orange spray paint. We can start with Fabian's truck right now. The whole tailgate. I mean, the whole tailgate.
I'm telling you, man. I have that argument with people all the time, and it's. And don't get me wrong. Hey, like Ben has a kid that goes to A&M. Hey, you have to support.
Sorry, man. My bad.
Yeah,
you have to support. You have to support. What you have and your backup. If you went to that school or whatever. But my thing is like, if you didn't go there, let's try and support what we have in our backyard, that's man. Right. And it's huge. And, I was driving in Los Lagos. We had a golf tournament the other day. And, to see that stadium, man, it did definitely bring some pride into you. And, to know you're from here. And
you know what my favorite hole on the golf course is? Number 10. You hit right at the stadium.
Yeah.
I don't play golf. So I don't even know.
How about driving up to the stadium, game day, game one? I mean, outside of the chills that it's going to, I mean, 10,000 fans, probably 2,000 or 3,000 outside tailgating that are not even going to step foot into the stadium. I mean, talk about that. That's going to be just amazing.
I think it's going to be more like by the time it's all said and done, we got another year and a half, right?
Right?
Yep.
Wait till you see what's coming. I think it'll be more like 15,000.
You heard it here first.
Oh, man. It's exciting, man.
No, it's going to be crazy. Yeah. But it's already set up for tailgating.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you got the golf course, but then they have all those, not tents, but they're
the little pavilions or something. Yeah.
So it's going to be unbelievable.
And I think that can change, man.
What y'all did for the basketball game?
Right.
What a turnout.
Right. How about that?
Now we're talking football.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You're talking about. We did a tailgate, pretty good size. Huge pits, music, games,
5x5 was there.
5x5. Big guy George missing out today.
Right there.
He was. We put a dummy in for George today. Well, it's not too far from George, but and again, like that was a mini.
Yeah.
Compared to football.
That's right.
I mean, that was a complete mini.
That's right.
But meanwhile, from here to there, I mean, I think we got to get after it. We started this new team effort. It's called Vaquero Up, which is what the podcast is called, to where we're going to put tailgates together.
Nice.
It's called Vaquero Up. And the efforts of 7-Day Addiction, which, by the way, guys,
7-Day.
Come get your stuff. Take a look at the store. It's amazing. I mean, summer's coming up. Your fishing rods, your fishing, all the gear. I mean, you want to put in an order for 1,000 T-shirts.
There you go.
I mean,
well, I can just tell the viewers, they take care of women's basketball.
Yes, sir.
'Cause
Yeah.
all our embroidery, our screen printing, everything is done.
Take care of G3 scrap metal as
I'm
well.
telling you, man, it's awesome to see, and that's what, like, you know, and it's cool. My friends do see it, and they do appreciate it. And I tell them, like, man, these are Division I coaches coming into our shop. This is not just your you know, run of the mill type of guys. You know, these are people who you know are students of this game. You know, and like I said, you know, my coaching background, I love seeing it. It's like, man, these are some legit coaches. Yeah. And when you all come in here, man, give us the opportunities that you guys do. You know, we work really close with Sarah and Victoria. And,
Sarah's
and
awesome.
Sarah's amazing. And so, I mean, like I said, this whole administration is just doing so much for the community. And what I was going to say is, like, I mean, I think that's one thing we kind of, you know, like you said, you know, with the efforts that we have, and I think we were building a pretty good team. Yeah. And we didn't do that with other sports, man. You know, if we can do that, hey, why can't we do what we did at the arena?
Yeah.
Let's go get
Well,
it.
I did talk to I talked to Seth today briefly, and a shout out to Seth. I mean, always working hard. This guy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a day that passes that he's just constant. Anyhow, talked to Seth today. Seth says, "Hey, you know what? We're getting ready to lock up the scheduling for the Southland Conference for basketball and volleyball." And I said, "Hey, Seth,
Yep.
what do we got to do to get tailgating before basketball games?"
There you go. Here we go.
So I mean, hey, outside of, I know that you guys don't struggle to get people in the seats, but heck, I mean, get people in the parking lot before.
That'd be awesome.
Why not?
I mean, shit,
You
it's
know,
not only
why not?
Texas, man, but you turn on the pit here in the Valley, man. You'll get people swarming in.
Yeah, let's show these
Look at baseball.
outside. Yeah,
Look at
let's show these outside teams what we're about. You know.
Yeah.
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 Yep. That's going to be a good one, man.
Speaking of food, I think
Yeah.
those cupcakes keep looking at me.
Let's
I'm not
take
sure. I'm not sure, but
Hey, we got to give a shout out to Ben's new store, though.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Vaquero Outfitters, man, and that's the beauty of it. And I'll tell you the story because Ben and Alyssa, now, and Alyssa's probably the better one of the two. But
She is.
but it was so awesome, man, to, you know, we did what we were doing here. We're fired up with it. And for them to come in here and actually, like, ask, like, and I'm like, you didn't have to do that. You know, for them to come in here, I was like, what do you think? You know, is it okay? And like I told him, and he's done a great job with it. I go, Ben, your success is my success because, I mean, we're obviously, you know, able to make this stuff for Ben. And, man, it's the amount of orders that he's put in already because of the community response to his store is just amazing, man. And
That's big time.
great, you know, job that him and Alyssa have done. And again, you have to go to that store. It is 100%, you know, Vaquero Outfitters. I mean, that's 100%, and it's awesome. You know, there's a lot of trinkets and stuff that they have.
You won't find no Houston Texans stuff in there.
No.
That's
Won't find
unfortunate.
it.
That's unfortunate.
No
You won't-
cowgirls.
no,
Texans.
no
There you
cowboy
go.
stuff. No.
I have somebody requesting that we should put more vaquero stuff into the convenience stores. They're tired of seeing Texas A&M.
We need it at Walmart.
Yeah.
We need it at the convenience store.
You know, we
Look,
CVS
right
and
now we
Academy.
got 2 places that sell it, and
Yeah.
they're sitting right here.
Yeah. And you know, moving forward, we're working hard. We're working extremely hard to make sure that we're not only at Vaquero Outfitters, but we're conveniently located at the games, before games, after games, and at special events. And a lot of it is I mean, we didn't. And we thought, geez, well, I mean, is this gonna work? Is this kind of, you know? So I know that Fabian's phone is always ringing now, and hey, we need more, we need more. But again, kudos to the community.
Yep.
They're the ones asking for this. Hey, they say, hey, you know what? Can you be at this golf tournament? Hell yeah, let's go.
You know what makes me the maddest the most is when I'm walking on campus. Me and Matlock, the baseball coach, this last year, we're walking on campus, and somebody had a Texas shirt on, and we brought shirts, and we said, hey, we'll trade you shirts. You need to have UTRG. Well, we didn't have Vaquero Outfitters. You guys were just starting. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or y'all were just starting.
Yeah.
And so our whole thing was, anybody we see with another university, when they're walking on our campus, let's give them free T-shirts.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we started all that. But
We were
Yeah,
talking
just
about, now that you say that, a funny story. It kind of reminded me of what we were talking about, and with football coming up and trying to white out the stadium and white out the basketball arena, and maybe possibly the baseball arena. Is we got to come up with some traditions.
Yeah.
You know, come up with something that's gonna scare the other team. And also in some sort of strange weird way, let them know that, hey, you know what? You come into our house. I mean, we're gonna get after it.
I'll tell you one thing, man. You put 8,000 Hispanics in any area, it's a little scary, man.
What's our guy's name at baseball? Old Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, yeah. Never stops. Never
stops.
stops. Yeah,
Yeah,
never stops.
he's
But
big time.
something cool. I mean, just
Need that horn.
yeah,
Every home run.
yeah. And I think we have we got a Chase coming up pretty soon here in the next week or so. So
Nice.
we may get special permission from him, and
Yep.
lock the
And
doors.
I just thought of something. I know you said with the T-shirts and stuff. Now that they have somewhere you can send them to. Maybe we should come up. We made some very cool wooden coins for Modelo.
Oh, nice.
Maybe we'll make some coins to give to the coaches and say, you see somebody with another shirt, give them that coin. Say you get 50% off at these stores,
Oh yeah.
so they can come in.
That's a great idea.
So I think that's something cool for the community to have. And they can keep that coin. It says UTRGV.
Well, I'll tell you what. Sky's the limit.
Yeah,
right
for
now.
sure,
I mean,
100%,
sky's
man.
the limit right now.
Y'all have started something that can just go crazy.
Well, thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
No, thanks to y'all.
We got something cooking too that we won't talk about either, and
Yeah.
Hey,
that's
did-
going to be big.
I mean, we got Los Vaqueros beer.
Yep.
We got new hot sauce
Yep, it's pretty good too.
Which is pretty good.
and new barbecue sauce.
New barbecue sauce. Yep. That's right.
So we might as well keep going.
Yes, sir.
Just keep going.
Now maybe we'll have a new cupcake coming out.
Yeah. So
Go ahead and talk about this
yeah.
real quick. And this is a name. I don't know why Ben calls me this on the weekends, but it's called Dulces Besos, which is sweet kiss.
Dulce Besos on Facebook, actually.
Yes, on Facebook.
Come on.
This is. I don't know if I said this right. Yes, I am Hispanic. I do speak Spanish, but mostachon. I have no idea what that is. I have no clue if it has something specific in there, but it looks good, and we're gonna give it a shot here, man.
Yeah. And
And I'll give you the number here in a little bit after
I
we
think
taste it.
that the promotion is something like Mother's Day.
Oh,
Mostachon.
Mother's Day next week.
So put your orders in now. I know that we have a phone number too here. So
Yes.
so Fabian will give that number out here shortly, and we'll also
Are we toasting?
we're toasting.
We're toasting?
We are toasting. You got the mango one? Let us know what you think.
All right, here we go.
We got
So
toasting the Vaqueros.
There it is,
Yeah,
man.
Vaqueros V's up.
The future of it. There you go.
That's right. And these are
Whoa.
the
Got an acronym?
the baker is Nancy.
Oh, that's
actually.
good.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get napkins. 'Cause I'm not gonna look like a moron here.
Oh, that's really good. I got strawberry. You got pineapple?
Mango. Yeah, you're right. This is some good stuff.
Oh, that's really good. Mm-hmm. I don't know who this lady is, but y'all need to call her.
Yeah, Nancy Peña, and I think out of the San Juan area. But isn't it? Dang.
I touched it and I thought, man, it's gonna be dry.
That's so good.
Oh man, this is really good.
So
Hope my wife ain't watching.
well,
trying to lose
Mother's Day gift here.
I'm trying to lose weight. She'll probably be mad at me.
Oh, save some.
That's really
That
good.
request.
Yeah. And you know what? The last time
What
I
kind
got
of bread
home,
is that?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
That stuff is good stuff though.
The last time I got home and she's like, "You see how Ben took one to his wife?" Like, thanks, Ben. So now I have to take one. So there's just 3 left. We each take one back home. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Sammy.
Not if Sammy said something about that before.
I said, sorry, Sammy.
Good stuff. Nancy.
Not bad. So
But
let me give you
Besos, Dulces Besos
Dulces Besos.
on Facebook.
Number is 956-562-8318.
Put your Mother's Day order, and I guarantee you, your mother
What was that number again?
956-562-8318.
Good stuff.
Really, really good, man. I mean, Yeah.
I put my order in right now.
No, we definitely have some awesome bakers here in the Valley, man, and that's the beauty of it. Is again, like, I think this is what UTRGV is doing just for the community itself. Is people are not afraid to come out and say, you know what, I'm going to try this. You know, they're coming out because again, the university is pushing a lot of different people. You know, like you said, the beer, the sauce, and all this different stuff. You know, for people to come out here and use, and that's what they don't understand. Like, it's not using them. It's advantageous to everyone. But use the platform that we have in our backyard, man. I mean, it's a Division I school. It's not, you know, and I'm not dogging any other schools or anything, but it's not a community college.
No,
not
do
anything
so.
like that.
Dog other schools.
It's a D1 school, man, and it's like we got to take advantage of what we have in our backyard, and it's just awesome to see the growth, man. It's
So yeah,
really-
no, kudos, Nancy. If you're watching, fantastic. Yeah,
Big time.
I don't even want to drink anything afterwards, but I will.
yeah.
I tell you what, you guys are so important to us. Everything you do.
Thank you so
I
much.
mean, think about all the gear we do.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Ben's new store. We send every recruit to either here or there,
Right.
and y'all are fantastic, and it's all part of the mission, man.
It is,
You know,
All part
and
of it.
I'll speak for my team here back at Vaquero Outfitters. Is we talk to them at the end of the day, and they're all too excited to tell us, hey, we got a linebacker in today.
Yeah.
We got a running back in today.
Yep.
We got a tight end that showed up today. You know, and
Didn't you have some baseball guys?
oh
sign?
yeah, that was cool. We got a Nico Rodriguez this past weekend doing autographs, and I mean, you should have seen the faces on these kids. Just, you know, small little guys, 2.5 feet tall.
not that short, bro.
no, not Nico. No.
Not me.
Oh no, not
Not
Did I
that
do
short.
this? Did I do
Not that small.
And these kids walk in with their little baseball and their glove and their cap, and they're just trying to sign everything. And here's Nico, a giant to them, 6'2" or whatever. He's a pretty tall guy, with a baby face, just being a Valley boy.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but a Valley boy, really. You know, but yeah, that was a success as well. That was super great time with Nico and his fans out there.
How tall is he?
He's probably about 6'2",
Yeah, he's a big boy.
about 220.
Yeah, I was fired up because my wife's like, I took that picture with him.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah, my wife's like, hey, he's not that much taller. You're like, oh wow. Like, I've
No,
never heard
but she
that
didn't.
before.
She didn't see you step on that stool.
No, why do you have to mess it up?
Yeah.
God dang it, man.
He pitched at Kansas State.
Yeah.
And then transferred, and he's been, man, he pitched last night. He just one pitch, but he
Yeah.
got us out of the inning. But he's probably our best reliever.
Yeah, no, his
And he was supposed to be a starter, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
But, man, he's so reliable. He comes in. I remember the game. I don't know what it was a conference game. Bases loaded, no outs, struck out the side, and we won the game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was actually out there when Coach brought him in. I was at the stadium, and I'm like, what pressure?
Were you on deck 2 or deck 3?
I was on deck 2 by
By Dr. No?
by Dr. No.
Rick?
Dr. No was giving me a play-by-play, but yeah, it's I mean, this guy walked right into the fire. I mean, you know, extinguished it, and just an amazing pitcher. I know he's a senior this year, so we'll miss him next year. But hey, we still got a few weeks, 3 weeks of baseball left, and possibly even more. I mean, we're in contention. So
Yeah, I'm not going to ask a couple more questions, Coach, before we close this out, man. And one of them is George's important question. We'll ask that at the end.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest questions, because I think it's important to kind of, again, and I asked this in a certain way before, but I want you to kind of, you know, reiterate what you want to see in these kids. But, you know, when we would watch these kids play, you know, high school, whatever it was, we'd look for that, what we used to call that dog factor. You know, what makes a kid a dog? What makes a dog? And, you know, how can you, so what do you see to make sure you count on these kids? But, you know, talk to, again, that junior, that sophomore in high school that still has a couple more years in them to develop. What do you want to see in them? What can they do to basically get to the level of the next level?
Well, number one, they got to be a dog. They got to be a competitor that – let's look at Caitlin Clark, for
Correct.
instance, probably the best representation of women's basketball. Never took a day off, ever. high school, junior high, she shot 1,000 shots every single day.
Okay.
It's work ethic, man. It's all about work ethic. It's about attention to detail. I mean, you can say you go into the gym and shoot, but are you really actively shooting? Are you shooting,
With a purpose.
With a purpose. Do you go shoot and then you just shoot, or do you run back 5 steps, shoot again? You know what I mean?
Right.
Just the fundamentals of doing the extra work. And then I think to answer your question, do you really want to play Division I basketball? Because it's hard.
Yeah.
Every Division I basketball, football, baseball, it's hard. Everybody says they want to do it. Well, if you really want to do it, then you got to get in the gym every single day, no days off. You got to, I mean, you always got to have a rest. But what I'm saying is you got to train your brain and your body and your mind that hard work is what you have to do every single day. A lot of kids play high school basketball. They play other sports, which I'm a multi-sport guy. I think you should play every sport in high school.
100%.
But if you really wanted to play college basketball, when that baseball season's over, that softball season's over, you're still getting your work in with basketball every day. And I think that's what's missing nowadays with kids. Everything just given to them, and they don't appreciate it as much as probably we all did back in the day. But that's because we're old. But this day and age, these kids can be just as competitive, just as hardworking. Their work ethic can be just what ours was. We just have to teach them.
Right.
And I think a lot of that comes through parenting, and I think a lot of it comes through high school coaches and junior high coaches. And but to answer your question, yeah, I just think it's hard work, man.
Awesome.
What do you say to those? Obviously, down here, size is a factor.
It's a factor.
And what do you say to those players that are 5'7", 5'8", but have the heart?
Well, I think for our level, at the Division I level, we talked about it earlier, but we're playing against 6'5", 6'6", when we play Houston, Texas, Baylor, all those guys. So we have to have size in the post.
Right.
So if you're 5'8" in high school, trying to play inside on the women's side, well, you got to learn how to shoot the three. Mm-hmm. You got to learn how to dribble.
Yep.
And you better be one heck of a defender, because you really can't be small unless you're a point guard, really, at the Division I level. Right. So you have to separate yourself by, let's say, even if you're 5'10", well, that's a two guard for us. That's not a post player. Make sense?
Right.
It does.
So if not, well, let me help you. I'll get you junior college. I'll get you NAI. We just want you to play.
Yeah.
I mean, kids need to keep playing. We all know what sports does for us. Keeps us out of trouble. It's time management. It's everything you could, being a part of a team. You have to do it in business every day.
Yep.
So if they're not good enough to play at our place, all they have to do is call us, and we'll help them get somewhere else. And we try to do that now, but we need to do a better job of that for sure.
Yeah, we used to have a saying when we would coach basketball, you can't coach height.
No, you can't coach height.
It's just one of those things, man. And
That's what ended my career after one season.
What's the biggest difference you have seen between a division? Because you say you coach Division III, Division II, and Division I.
No, I coached Division I, Division II, junior college, and high school.
What's the biggest difference between Division II and Division I?
At the mid-major, which we are, to Division II level, the top 20 teams in Division II could beat us. The top teams in the country. But what separates, because they only get 10 full rides. We get 15 full rides.
oh, wow.
But the biggest difference from mid-major to the top 25 I was talking about earlier, or the Power 5 really,
Yeah.
is size. So Division II, you may have a 6'1" post player, maybe a 6'2". Every once in a while you get lucky, you get somebody that stays home at 6'3". But even at the mid-major level, we're getting 6'4", 6'3", Power 5, 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, I've seen some of those at Taco Bell.
It's size and it's quality of depth, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, like last year, we had a lot of injuries. We had a lot of good players, but they were just young and never played Division I basketball. So we lose 5. Now here comes the next 5, and it's quality of depth.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, you got next man up. No
Yeah.
matter what happens, you got.
It's like
next-
Alabama football or SEC football, Big 12 football. All right, your star running back goes down. You got 4 other ones right behind him, right?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing in women's basketball. We get 15, but at that highest level, the Texas and the Yukons and the Iowas and all, they've got another 5 that are just as good waiting their turn.
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest difference. We got players that can play at all those places, but we don't have 10 of them.
Yeah.
We may have 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So that's the difference. Does that answer the question?
Yeah. And then of course the infamous George Rice question.
George.
I guess it's a twofold. One, favorite restaurant in the Valley, if there's one.
Okay.
Well, there's got to be
What's
one.
the twofold?
The other one is favorite breakfast taco.
All right, so
Start in the morning. Start
There you
with
go.
breakfast taco.
don't laugh at me, but come on, man, Stripes.
No one's gonna laugh at you for that, man. now there's the other one. What stripes?
But well, I go to the one right on Sugar by school.
Okay,
right there.
that'll work.
But my favorite breakfast, though, I got 2 of them, is the Birdie Bistro in McAllen. Unless
Okay.
you've been there.
Okay.
I have.
Got to try it.
It's on Main,
Okay.
Birdie Bistro. This is sit-down places.
Yeah.
And I love the coffee zone on McAllen, man, right by my house. It's awesome.
That'll
Great
work.
service, great people. Just love it in there.
Hey,
That's
I got a
awesome.
question. George is not here, but I got a question. What's your favorite cerveza? There's only one answer,
Can
by
we?
the way.
Los Vaqueros.
There it is.
Los Vaqueros. Yeah. Oh, what was the other question about? Something else?
That was a restaurant.
No,
and a taco.
restaurant, just in
Okay.
general.
We're good, we're
My
good.
favorite
Okay.
restaurant, though?
Yeah.
Well, this is because of Coach Matlock, our baseball coach. But you remember the show Cheers growing up?
Oh yeah.
Well, Chili's is our Cheers right by the university.
Oh, yeah.
Who's,
That's
who-
where we
who's
hang
Norm?
Well, that's not me. I'm not going to tell you that.
Who's the GOAT?
Oh, that's actually a good question.
What sport?
Well, it has to be basketball.
No, wait. Let's go
the
football.
Valley?
Let's go football first.
Let's go all the sports.
Let's go football first. Who's the GOAT?
Nick Saban.
All right. Hey, I can
Good
respect that
answer.
from a coach to a coach.
That's a
I
very
see
good
that.
answer.
Okay.
I think the way he was so organized and
Have you read his book?
meticulous and- oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
That's some good stuff.
He was good with the kids. I think nowadays, if you're not good with the kids, you got no shot.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to relate to the kids.
It's a different generation. You have to, apply to it. So, how
I
about
mean,
basketball? Boys
basketball?
basketball, men's basketball.
Men's basketball, greatest full time. I'm gonna say Pop, man.
Okay, so you're
Really?
keeping it, coach. You're not. You're
Oh,
not.
you're
even-
saying coach, right?
No, he's talking players.
Oh, players.
no. But I love those
in
answers.
general. No, that's a good
Good Michael
answer.
Jordan. There's no question.
Yeah, that's a
Best
good
of
answer.
all
though.
time. Baseball. Whew, there's so many good ones. You're talking players or coaches?
In general.
In general, I'm pretty biased because I'm a Texas Rangers guy, but you're Astros. Oh no, you're Rangers. I'm gonna say Nolan Ryan, man.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool. Have you
Only
seen his
once.
documentary?
He had 7
that's some
no-hitters,
good stuff.
Yeah.
Beat up
Yeah.
Pete Incaviglia.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Do you soccer?
What's that?
Soccer?
Soccer. I'm not a great soccer fan, but I do know some soccer. My daughter played it in high school. Pele.
Hey,
I
Pele.
have no idea.
I was gonna say Ronaldo.
Pele.
Ronaldo.
From Brazil.
Is that Ronaldo? Ronaldo? Ronaldo. Oh, that's good. Only because that's the only one that
I don't know.
All right, look up Pele.
I don't know soccer.
Pele.
I thought that
Greatest
was a
soccer
country.
player of all time from Brazil.
Pelé is one of the oldest guys, and he was the youngest to win a World Cup.
That's right.
Interesting.
Pele. From,
Okay.
Cool deal.
When I was a kid, I watched him on TV in black and white. But watched him.
And lastly, women's basketball.
All time,
All time.
Lynette Woodard.
Why?
She was from Kansas. I coached in Kansas a long time, but she was the all-time leading scorer. She dunked before any other woman, but she's from Wichita, Kansas. I coached there for 11 years. What she did for the community there. But she was the best player. Or Cheryl Miller, Reggie Miller's sister. They were back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Those are the two
So it was
best.
Miller time.
They were the best women players before the WNBA, before the NCAA got going. They were the best two women.
Who is your inspiration?
My high school coach? Name's Ken Hawley. He's still alive. He lives in Georgetown, Texas. And I grew up in Waco, and I wanted to be exactly like him. That was I wanted to be the same coach he was. I still talk to him all the time.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
He's almost 80, but sharp as a tack, still runs every day. He's great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, great guy. But I knew when I was in high school that I wanted to do exactly what he did. Great family, treated us great. His wife was awesome. Kids were awesome.
Well, let me tell you
Just a
something,
great
Coach.
mentor. Great mentor.
I met you a little over a year ago, maybe a little bit more, and you have been nothing but phenomenal with me and my family and my peers. Stacy as well, your wife. I mean, you guys have been just, class act, 5-star. And I don't say that because you're here. I mean, I really do mean that. Even your extended family now with Logan and Taylor coming into the picture, into the we're going to be welcome to them as well. I mean, just super. I mean, and thank you for that.
Well, this is a special place. It took me. I went to college in 1988, and it took me exactly 30 years. Got here in 2018 to get back to Texas, and this is a place we'll never leave because of the people.
That's awesome.
good.
And we love this community, and I love this university. I'm so excited about the next 5 years, man.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so
going to be
pumped.
cool, man.
Yeah.
What's the best university?
UTRGV.
Yeah,
Come on.
You can't ask that question. You know the
I
answer.
got a tattoo to prove
Come on, public, ask better questions, please.
I grew up in Waco, and I was a Baylor fan, but I'm not even a Baylor fan anymore.
Yeah. If we have any more questions from the internet, we got a few more minutes here,
Yeah.
and but I'll let Fabian take us to the finish line here.
Yeah, man. And again, Coach, I know you're busy, man. I know all y'all coaches are busy, and I truly appreciate you taking a little bit of time just to come in here and talk to us, man. It's a big deal, like I said, to us. Our goal, as Vaquero Up, is just to get that awareness out there to the community and make sure everybody jumps on that bandwagon, man, because it's going to be big, and we just got to make that wagon a lot bigger. And I think we're going to have to here in the next couple of years, and or even earlier than that. But I really love the mindset that you have of just that work ethic, and I think that's what Vaquero Up is about. Is kind of bringing to light those people who, again, at the end of the day, we say the same thing all the time. Get those boots on and you Vaquero up, man. You cowboy up and just go do what you got to do. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Truly, truly appreciate you all. Again, the next couple of ones are going to be some big ones as well. We have Coach Conk here in the next couple of weeks, but I will plug in real quick. May 16th.
May 16th,
May
barbecue.
16th, we have a barbecue.
Which you'll be at as well.
Yeah, at the university, the tailgate that is to unveil Mr. Lamar's jank sauce, and that is going to be the Vaquero sauce. Guys, we've tasted it.
Yeah,
It's
I
amazing.
think we'll be at the tailgate, and also there'll be some samples at the front gate.
I think
as
they're going
well.
to be at the front gate. They're going to have some samples, but
If you go to the tailgate, there's some special surprises.
yes,
Or we're just gonna say that so we
don't
can
know.
show
That's
up.
in the outfield. That's in the outfield.
And the outfield, right? Correct.
Ben may or may not remove his shirt.
May or may not. We may or may not show Fabian's new tattoo in his lower back.
Oh, he's got the
7 day.
UTRGV
No, he's got
too?
the 7-day
Oh,
addiction.
7-day addiction.
Yeah, in his lower back.
And me and Ben got it together. He got the Taylor Swift though.
yeah.
And
the Eras tour.
guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, guys. V's up.
Bees
He's
up.
up.
Oh, what?
Whoa.
Win. Coach or Fabian?
Win what?
Best tattoo.
On a one-on-one.
Oh, I'll give it to Coach all day. I don't
In basketball?
In basketball.
I'll give it to Fabian. I just got a new hip.
Wait. What about me? Hey, I'm quite the baller, actually. So I don't know.
Hey, the only thing he can dunk is his donuts.
Ah, shit.
Guys, thank you all so much. See y'all later.
V's up.